Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then my name is Erica, and today I'm gonna talk about some of the controversy regarding what Selma Blair said recently. Now, if you don't know who Selma Blair is, she is an actress. She is mostly known for, I'm not going to say mostly known for, but what I have known her from is the movie Legally Blonde and Cruel Intentions. You may recognize her from the early 2000s. She was in a lot of things in the early 2000s, but then a few years ago, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which is a disability. It's often abbreviated to MS. It is a neurological disability, a lot like CP, but CP, cerebral palsy, the disability I have, is not as progressive. Like MS flares up and can progress, whereas CP, of course, I have days where I am more affected by my CP than other days, but for the most part, it's not as it doesn't vary as much from day to day. But anyway, she recently made a comment on a post about what's happening in Palestine and what the Israeli military is doing, and it got her a lot of heat. She has since deleted the comment and apologized for it, but first I'm gonna read the comment, say my piece, and then I'm gonna read the apology, then I'm gonna read some reactions, and then I'm just gonna go over the whole thing. So if you want to hear more of that, just keep watching. So the comment says, "Thank you very much. Deport all these terrorist supporting goons. Islam has destroyed Muslim countries, and then they come here and destroy mines. They know they are liars. Twisted justifications. May they meet their fate." So she's talking about some of the more progressive representatives and senators who have called out Israel and have been vocal about Palestine, saying that they want to allow terrorists into the country, which there has been no proof of. But the big problem with what Selma said here is she says Islam is destroying Muslim countries. If a country is Muslim, their national religion is Islam. So how could that be destroying the country? And also, it's just a very Islamophobic statement, making it like all people who practice Islam, all Muslim people are terrorists or violent people or want to harm people of other religions or other nationalities, which is obviously not the case. And perpetuating that, not only is it untrue, but it can cause a lot of harm. We saw after 9/11 an increase in Islamophobia and hate crimes against people that look Arab or are wearing a turban or any other kind of attire associated with Islam, which is not okay. People should not be targeted for their religion or for their ethnicity, nationality, they should not be targeted for that stuff. So she was rightfully called out by this, not by this, for this, and she deleted her comment. And then she posted this apology on her Instagram, and I'm gonna read that. She wrote, "This is a time of great pain and anguish for many around the world, but it is also a time to learn and better understand how words matter." I commented on a post by Abram Hamra regarding two Congress members who are against banning October 7th Hamas terrorists from entering the USA. In my comment, I mistakenly and inadvertently conflated Muslims with radical Islamists and fundamentalists, a terrible error in my words, and resulted in hurting countless people I never meant to, and I deeply regret this. As soon as my error was brought to my attention, I deleted the comment. Hate and misinformation are amplified so easily these days, and this time behind my own hands. In this instance, I erred in my writing, and I fully recognize how I contributed to the Muslim community being understandably very upset. I respect and love all peace-loving communities all over the world. It was my Muslim friends who helped educate and show me the way. I am committed to paying forward their love and understanding. We cannot allow ignorance and rage to become our downfall. I raise my hand in humility and volunteer to break the chain. Those who know me know that wherever I go, I try to create branches who hold on to bridges who meet on for all marginalized communities. I am dedicated to tolerance and peace for all who want it, not hate. I apologize to those in the Muslim community who I offended with my words. I apologize to my friends, and I apologize to anyone I hurt, and I will do better. With appreciation, love, and respect, Selma. So now, first off, this isn't my apology to accept. I'm not Muslim. I am not Palestinian. I do my best to uplift the voices of those who are Muslim and Palestinian when it comes to these, but it's not my apology to accept. So I'm not going to accept it, but I'll say on the surface, this is a good apology. She says what she did wrong, and she says she's listening to the community, whether she is or not. I don't know. That is to be seen, because of course I can't predict the future and say, oh yeah, going forward she will do better, and she has learned from this, and she won't be Islamophobic, and she will uplift the voice is of Palestinian people and Muslim people around the world. I cannot say that because I haven't seen it yet, and it just happened, so. But I will now read this post from Alice Wong, which has been reposted. Alice Wong from Disability reposted this, but this post was originally from Maria Town. Now, this is my first time hearing of Maria Town. I am very familiar with Alice Wong and the Disability Visibility Project, so I don't know much about Maria, but I will read what she posted. And I agree a lot with what is being said here. And of course, it's saying things I can't confirm because it is about an interpersonal instance. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll just get to reading it. And people like me, those who have proximity to people like Selma Blair, do not call out hatred, and we see it whether in one-on-one conversations, public forum, etc. We perpetuate harm. Despite Selma's assessment of me, I do think for myself, and I know this kind of hate is never acceptable. And then in the caption, she wrote, sorry, I was just reading an email I received. But in the comment, Maria Town wrote, I have read Selma Blair's Islamophobic, racist, and hateful comments. Her comments are hurtful and wrong. Since she is someone I have worked with, I wanted to speak to her and call her in before sharing my thoughts publicly. I reached out multiple times to her manager and to her to talk. I was finally able to speak with her today, which I don't know what day this was. I'll have to review the post by Maria, but anyway, I'll continue reading. The conversation did not go well. He first acted as though she did not know what I meant and asked what I was talking about, and I shared I was alarmed by her recent posts. I referenced her posts and directly repeated her words. I said, "You can publicly disagree with people, including members of Congress, without being racist or wishing them harm," and that's in reference to wanting people to be deported, which is a very shitty thing. The conversation ended with her telling me, "Maria, I wish you would think for yourself for once," and she hung up on me. As he has shared in the apology she posted recently, she told me that she meant to say Islamicists and not Islam. I responded that this change did not make her comments any less Islamophobic or racist. The conversation devolved from there. If she hadn't hung up, I would have told her that you can support Jewish people without being Islamophobic, which is true, obviously. In fact, you can support Jewish people and Muslim people at the same time. Islamophobia, xenophobia, and racism have no place anywhere, especially not within movements for rights and justice or in efforts for inclusion. Racist national systems create a false choice. The idea that another group's presence is a threat to your own security and safety. Using fear to justify further harm to people is no justification at all. Using fear for your own safety to justify Islamophobia and racism does not make anyone safer or more secure. It only creates more fear, which I think is very true, and obviously I cannot comment on if this conversation took place or if it happened that way, but I try my best to believe people when they say things happened. Of course, there's no way of me knowing, but right now I just followed Maria Town so I could see more of what she wrote, but then also read the thing. So she posted this 15 hours ago, so it's fairly recent. But I just want to say about the comments. Oh, there's more in her carousel. I'll read it. Sorry. And people with high visibility and an ability to influence culture, we repeat Islamophobic and racist ideas. These systems become further cemented in our policy, in our society, and in our minds. And people like me, and by that I specifically mean white people who were raised or cultured within a Christian community, do not denounce Islamophobia and associated racism and hate because we do not know enough, or that's not our issue. We allow this hate to perpetuate and grow. And people like me, those who have proximity to people like Selma Blair, do not call out hatred when we see it, whether in one-on-one conversations, public forums, etc. We perpetuate harm. Despite Selma's assessment of me, I do think for myself, and I know that this kind of hate is never acceptable. So I want to say the comment that Selma allegedly made about Maria not thinking for herself and being like, I wish you would think for yourself, is extremely patronizing and condescending and gross. Am I ready to cancel Selma Blair? No. Am I gonna go out and buy her memoir and support her and buy her adaptive line of clothing? Also no. I will try to keep an open mind and see if she does do better. From what I'm hearing, what this Maria Town said, it doesn't sound good. It sounds awful if she did say those things. I understand that as a Jewish woman, Selma is very scared right now because of the rise of anti-Semitism, but that doesn't give her the right to paint all Palestinians and all Muslims as hateful and violent people. Right now, Palestinians are undergoing a horrific attack. I know I haven't come on my channel and said it, but on my other social medias, including Instagram, I have posted a lot on my stories, reposted things from Hyson and Motaz and Hestia, who are Palestinian journalists on the ground who have been really highlighting what's going on, and it is horrific, and I do not support the Israeli government. I don't think it is anti-Semitic to call out a government for its violent actions against innocent people. Because by that very line of thinking, any country we criticize, any government we criticize, then we're being racist or intolerant towards whatever culture or religion or ethnicity those people are. And that's not true. I can criticize North Korea without being racist against North Korean people. I just really think as a society, we need to be better. Obviously, no shit, Sherlock, of course. When horrific attacks, and I don't want to use the G word on my channel, even though it is the G word, but I'm gonna get shadow banned if I use that word. But when systematic demolishing of a population occurs right in front of our eyes, we obviously have a problem. Like, there's no way around that. And for Selma Blair to be defending this, I've seen her liking things from Amy Schumer about how criticizing Israel is anti-Semitic, which is bullshit, by the way, because we can and should criticize a government for its violent actions. The point of this video is to say we should never look to one member of a community and be like, yeah, see, she speaks for our community. Selma Blair cannot represent the entire disabled community. Am I thankful she has spoken up and used her platform to uplift the disabled community? Yes, but does that mean she's faultless and I'm gonna never criticize her or call her out when she says and does bad things? No, obviously. I think a lot of people in the disabled community are scared to speak up because they're like, oh, this is the one person who has brought our community to light. But we need to have discussions about this because that kind of behavior is not okay. And it does create real world harm because people already have hold misconceptions about Muslim people. And that can cause violence, which is why this needs to be spoken against. Anyway, that might have been an incoherent rant, but thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I know it's not something you liked or enjoyed, obviously, because this whole situation is really upsetting, and that's part of why I haven't been posting a lot, because it feels weird to continue talking about anything when I'm seeing what's going on in Palestine. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.